Okay. So I wanted to talk about this. Actually, this is a video you sent off of Facebook, and what I really want to break down on this video when it comes to procedure. There's certain procedures police should take um, when it comes to them doing their job, and this video comes after a shooting. There's a guy in a red shirt that the police accost for this shooting. The man in the red shirt got shot at. Of course, he didn't get hit. He just, they're coming to the scene. He's the person there. He's the initial point of contact for the police, in which, yes, this is what they should do. Uh, but yeah, we're gonna run this thing down, man. What's good? What's good, boss?
Not much. Yeah, man. This is one of those situations where you got streets, kids, and then you think about parents. And let's just break this down, man, because it's a lot of things that should have been handled different, from law enforcement to the kids to the parents. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Facts. All right, let's go and get into it. So yeah, the man in the red shirt. Did I put the layout right? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, we here with it. So the man in the red shirt right there with the cell phone, he is the one that allegedly was shot at, and police go to question him, and he's feeling like BG, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Damn, and I do that all the time.
They went that way towards the project. Towards 34. Be advised, the suspects may have run towards.
The man appeared quite standoffish and was reluctant to provide much information beyond a certain point. While he didn't offer a description of the teens, another witness reported seeing one teen wearing a white shirt and black pants, and the other shirtless. Using the details from both sources, officers followed up and investigated the location where the man indicated the teens had fled.
White short, black pants.
Yeah, these match the description someone looking for. Give me a second.
Matches the description. We've heard that before.
Okay. And, bro, no one said you're running. I'm Officer Stevenson. How you doing, man? I'm Officer Stevenson. That's it.
What's up?
Hey, so I got a call. We got some gun discharge over here. All I got is a black male, no shirt, walking this way.
He just took the shirt off.
He's in the car, just got out the car. I believe you. 100%. I was told this by somebody else. Okay. So if Mom's willing to, I'll get her statement and her information and yours, and that'll be it.
While the officer was running their information in the system, the other teenager, allegedly involved in firing the weapon, arrived at the scene. When officers attempted to question him, chaos erupted.
Hey, my man. All right, so let me get your name too as well, man.
Nope, back up. You ain't asking me shit. What am I doing?
Now this kid here, he looks like a kid.
Yeah, he sounds like one.
He sounds like a kid, looks like a kid, must be a kid. Because he doesn't look like he's more than 15.
Especially if we compare him to the guy in the red shirt at the very beginning of the video, that guy looks way older than him.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What am I got a shirt on? Shirt on. He do not need to be. I got that. For real, anybody y'all picking out?
We just give the name. That's it. We just got a name. Where's his mom? Where's his mom?
I'm his sister.
Where's his mom?
No, I'm the parent. That's him. No. Yeah, I'm the parent. That's him.
How she say I'm his sister, and then say I'm the parent. I'm the.
Yeah, because she's want to be a smart ass, like she's responsible for him because she might be his older sister.
Right, and I can see that. You know.
Y'all mess with me because I'm black. Man, go in the house first before I turn up. For real, go in the house before I turn up. And I'm gonna be leaving in the police car. I promise you that. Hey, go back. I'm trying to keep pretending. Look, they trying to be nosing this.
You can tell this is a kid.
Right.
You can tell that this is a kid because if you were just the one, right now it's alleged that he was the one who was shooting the gun at the guy in the red shirt. Why are you still outside? Why are you still outside? In the same clothes that possibly someone saw you shoot at this guy in. Why are you still outside? Go in the house, man. Nope.
Yeah, and you see him do that. See him do that when he left. Like man, like they go in the house, bro. Like,
that wanna be shit, man. That clout shit. But go ahead, bro.
What you doing? What you doing?
My man. You can stop. Come on. Don't touch me. Bro, don't touch me. With 23. Don't touch me. Come on, back up, y'all.
Don't touch my brother. You ain't got no reason to even be out here. Your mama not even home.
Move out of the way.
No, I just told you he got shit to do. Everybody just came out of the house. You're not talking to him. You're not talking to him. I'm his parent. I'm his guardian. Don't talk to him. Be a child. Don't talk to him.
You told them earlier today. It didn't work with the BOE. It's not going to work with us.
Where's your parent? Detain her. Get her identified and get her over here.
Relax.
so at this point, can you? Real question: Can you consider that obstruction of justice
From the sister?
from the sister? Right.
Absolutely. They're trying to investigate a call that they received. And you know, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, he matched the description. We hear that all the time. But he actually did because we actually heard it on the call. Guy with black pants, white t-shirt, or white shirt. He had it on. You know, that's why I said your dumb ass should have went in the house. But the sister, and let me give my quick synopsis of why, and I might be wrong, but I just want to throw this out here. The sister looks like she's the age of that fucking guy that we seen in the red shirt, right?
Right. Older. Yeah.
That girl probably had that boy go do that shit because he did something stupid. She might have seen him
Oh.
cheat. I'm throwing this out there. I gotta throw this out here. It's not law, people. It's not law. This is my brain. This motherfucker did this to me. He did this to me. Sorry, sis. What you want me to do? Go bust his ass. That's why she protected him like the way she is. But that's just a synopsis I got. But yeah, what she's doing is obstruction. That's what she's doing, and she's trying to protect him.
Right. Well, yeah, and obstruction. You're obstructing the work of an officer of the law, which is, his job is to come and try to figure it out. And this is a complete shit show. Excuse me. And what I will say, a complete shit show. When a police officer walks into a situation like this with this many people around, and can you imagine walking into this situation and trying to figure out this shit? This is your job, to come in here, and all of these people are here. This is the sister here. That's him. Okay, the other boy didn't have a shirt on. We're not even looking at it's probably another policeman with him, and it's a lot to digest. And that's why I say it's the hardest occupation on this earth, man. I could never do it.
Yeah, and they actually are responding to a shots fired call. Right. Somebody got shot at. Now they over here in the area where the potential suspect is. You're looking for him. You think you see him, but you're not 100% sure that's him. It could be another motherfucker with a white shirt and black pants on who has a gun. Right. Might be aiming at me, and I don't even see it. Yeah, you're right. It is hard.
In which these kids look like they just got off school. We see the khakis with the white shirts. Some either got black or khakis with the white shirts. They all came from school.
Yep.
So he's not the only one with the black, with the white, but that's the first one they seen. They got to do their job. So it's tough, man. We're going to keep it rolling, though.
You're just being detained. You're just being detained.
Relax.
That's all. You're not going to jail. You're being detained.
Now the little boy is in the house right now. But just pay
Right.
attention.
Oh shit!
slip those cuffs.
All right, so we're gonna forward fast a little bit to the point where the actual guardian comes home, because you know how it works, man. Your older sister is your guardian until you know your actual guardian comes home, and that's what she was playing the role as, being in her young state, in her young mind. She did what she thought she had to do, you know, for her younger brother. I don't place too much blame on her. As far as getting him in the house, I do feel like that was her job from the get-go, was to just get him in the house.
Right.
So she did that. She accomplished that. Even though she got detained, she accomplished what I think a big sister's job would be, to get him in the house. So,
right. And being that we're fast forwarding this to a later part, what I was saying earlier just moments ago when I said watch what happened, they actually went back. After they put her in the car, I believe he came back outside again. Why? You in the house safe. Why did you come back out the house? But anyway, that's besides the point. That just lets you know these little kids who think they know it all don't know shit. But we'll continue.
all right.
On the way.
She was over there.
She said she almost here.
The mother arrived a few minutes later.
Why y'all knock on my door?
Okay.
I didn't knock on your door. That's the thing. He
All right.
outside, walked up and asked him what's his name.
All right. So this is what we got.
First of all, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't rush into shit. Y'all don't pay for shit. Don't rush into the house and grab nothing that belonged to me. If it was a problem, you should have asked one of my neighbors. Let my neighbors call me, and I would have came over here with no problem. Don't rush up on my kids, and don't rush at nothing that y'all don't pay for. You know you can't do that by law. You wasn't supposed to go in my house at all.
We never did.
Man,
He came back out.
I got the video of all that.
Number one. Number two, we had a shots fired incident really close by. Your son matches the description along with somebody else. The other guy wound up stopping and cooperating and giving us his info. We needed to talk to your son and get his info and get your info. And
So yeah, when I speak about the other guy, the shirtless guy, I didn't know that until now. But yeah, he actually cooperated and gave his info. So
is this your, because we're
both
talking
of
to your
them are
son?
mine, and you got them in the car for what?
Because she was trying to help him run away. She was trying to prevent us from talking to him. She was trying to prevent.
She's the guardian when I'm not here.
So that be all three of them are her kids? Would she say that? Both? She said both of them are mine, and the boy who went in the house is hers as well.
No, she's talking about when she say both of them. She's speaking of the boy in the white shirt with the dreads, the hard head, and the girl with the red hair.
She's not talking about the shirtless one.
No.
Okay, I'm just getting it clear.
Here.
Doesn't matter. She does not have that right to prevent us from talking to him.
So if I have a problem with you guys because you guys have literally picked on me, one of you guys have literally been standing in my doorway. I'm standing in my door and minding my business, and one of your officers pull out a gun on me, turn around, and another officer body slam. You think I'm not gonna run from all y'all?
I don't know nothing about what happened with that. What I'm saying is that your son matched the description that we were given of a serious incident. So yes, we had to stop him. When we find somebody matching that description, ma'am, they are not just free to go.
Let them out the car.
You know, we need to get their information first.
No, let them out the car.
No, ma'am.
They're not gonna give you the information because I don't trust y'all.
That is not how that works, ma'am. We have got to get their information.
See, and stuff like that, I feel like, and even I don't know if I can blame her for the whole because I don't trust y'all. You know, stuff like that. You know, we don't trust the police a lot of the times, and I can understand that. But I feel like it doesn't need to be verbalized. But the emotion, the adrenaline, all of that's running high. So I can think I can still understand her saying that.
Hold on. And let's stop right there. If you know your kids, you raise your kids, I know you don't have any, and they don't ever get in any type of trouble.
Right.
But if you have those kids that you have a hard time with, always getting in trouble at school, always fighting, always something, you know what this police officer is telling you is the truth. They acting out. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that. So when she say, I don't trust you, yeah, you probably don't. But you know what he's telling you that your kids did while you were gone. You know they did that shit because they probably act the same way with you. That's all.
And I can see that. I can see that. So it's some speculation. Even from my perspective, that's even speculation. That so I can see where you're going with that.
Information. We got to get everything taken care of. Can you please just help us out?
Stevenson know all my kids.
We also need their information.
He knows all of their information.
Hang on.
So from that exchange, doesn't it seem like these police have, when he pointed to the dude who walked off, doesn't it seem like there's been, like he knows all their information? Don't that seem like there's been something before?
That's what she said. She said he knows all my kids. So that further let me know these motherfuckers always get in trouble.
Let me run that back just a little bit.
Information. We got to get everything taken care of. Can you please just help us out?
Stevenson know all my kids.
We also need their.
She said Steven should know all my kids. I think that's what she said.
He knows all of their information.
Hang on. How old is she?
Why?
We need to know how old she is, ma'am.
She's of legal age to have a right to with his say so when I'm not here.
That's not what I'm asking for. Is she 18 or older? 17 or older?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and get the paperwork started for misdemeanor adult 1095 on the obstruction. So that way we can get her identified and then we can get her.
10 out of 5 to get her paperwork, misdemeanor obstruction.
Yep, she going to jail.
So hold on. Let me break this down because when she said you can't legally go inside of that house, and you have that on one hand of the scale of justice, and on the other scale of justice, you have the police knowing that they really can't go in there legally, or can they go in there legally at that point? If the mother was gone, still, could they enter that household and detain him?
Yes, they can. Like you also have. As a matter of fact, this is actually in Georgia. This is Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, I see it right there on the thing. Yeah.
When they actually have to go into a house, if someone is being harmed, they don't have to wait for a parent to get there. So in this case, if the person that possibly caused harm to someone else, they don't have to wait to go in that house. They have to go get the suspect and at least detain them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not being arrested. They're just trying to finish this investigation. And when you have people acting this way, it's going to cause a bigger scene than what it should have. The reason why this scene is being escalated is because of the sister and the suspect. If you didn't do nothing, you would have at least talked civilly to this officer.
Unless it's in your mind mentally not to cooperate. Unless it's in your mind mentally, they're my enemy.
That's a talk behavior.
I have nothing. I have nothing for that. Because yes, you're right. You're right. And the fact of it being taught, it kind of goes back to comprehension and the parenting that we talked about on the other case.
Right.
When it comes to it, it's the way it's broken down. Yes, you can tell your kids, like, look, you're black, your skin color is this. When you get pulled over, no fast motions, do this, do this, do that. In these situations, do this, do this, do that. And that's different than saying, fuck the police. We don't fuck with police, and just leaving it at that.
Right.
But the latter half of my statement, what I just said, seems to be what they kind of experienced, or what the culture, even if it wasn't even if the parents did their job, the culture, our culture in itself has that. So,
but if you are the parent who taught them, let's say for instance, fuck the police, don't trust them, blah blah blah, you are not teaching your kids how to survive an interaction with a
right,
police officer. You're
right,
failing your kids by saying don't trust them motherfuckers. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just like you said, we talked about the last case with Carmelo. He put his hands on him. What if his parents saw him to say, if they put your hands on him, you fuck him up? And that's what he did. He stabbed him, but they meant fight. In this
right,
case, they said, hey, don't trust them motherfuckers. If they try to goddamn put you in handcuffs, you resist that shit. You do whatever you can. Whatever you can to stay out of them handcuffs means anything goes. And you can get your fucking kid killed that way.
facts, all facts.
Get her out of here. And then she'll just have her time in court. Obstruction.
What is obstruction?
Obstruction.
Obstruction is she's checking on her brother.
Preventing us from talking to him,
He's not
helping
going
him
to
get
talk to
away.
you.
We still need to identify him. She
Okay.
physically barred us from being able to figure stuff out. And then she also was refusing to identify herself when she was detained because of how
If
she was
she
behaving.
says that's my brother, it should have been the
And even in that statement that he says, with, her barring them from coming in, I think part of the reason why the police didn't force the issue of going in to get them somewhat plays into the whole situation, because they don't want, and I'm gonna just be honest, the police, I've seen enough from this body cam and this police officer talk that he's not just here to fuck with black people. Like I feel like this specific policeman was coming to do his job and do what he was taught. The only thing I think people may say is the description thing, in which that's fucking hard, especially with a whole group of teenagers. It's hard to do.
He was there
And
with a
when he
black officer.
did, you said what?
He was there with a black officer.
Well, yeah, and that's my I kind of stance on black officers, but you get what I'm saying. I don't feel like he was just coming in here being Billy Badass type shit
He
when it
wasn't.
comes to this.
He was respectful, bro. He was very respectful to all of them, which he didn't have to give them no fucking respect on how they approached him. He was coming to do his job. Like,
Right.
the first person that he encountered was a black man. If he really didn't give two shits, he wouldn't even followed up on this shit. But he was doing his job, and color didn't matter to him. I got to get to the bottom of this. I got this body cam on. Everything is fucking being recorded. Now,
Right.
we know there's some people, some officers who fuck up and totally fucking forget or don't even give a shit about it. But that man did his
Right.
fucking job, man. I ain't see nothing wrong with what he did. He was trying to get to the bottom of the situation, get a person who's out here shooting recklessly in the streets, in the projects. Shit, man. Yeah.
And I would hope, and I just one little tidbit that I didn't see. I would hope that I was expecting to see somebody scouring for a shell casing, or scouring for, but this is just one body cam. There's a lot of police there. It could have been going on, but I didn't see it.
Well,
But
this is not where the shooting took place. The shooting took place with the first,
close, right,
where he was at. They ran to this area.
right.
So,
Yeah, so I can see that. I can see that.
And then she'll just have her time in court. Obstruction.
What is obstruction?
Obstruction.
Obstruction is she's checking on her brother.
Preventing us from talking to him,
He's not
helping
going
him
to
get
talk
away.
to you.
we still need to identify him. She
Okay.
physically barred us from being able to figure stuff out. And then she also was refusing to identify herself when she was detained because of how
If
she was
she
behaving.
says that's my brother, it should have been in discussion. Then you should have
is
said, okay, well, this is the situation, and explain
Don't
something
work
to her.
like
She's
that,
going to
lady.
be protected
She
about
was out here when we explained everything to her about what happened.
Yeah, it definitely it don't work like that.
She
I get
knows
where
that.
she coming from, but it don't. Well, when she, I don't know, you know, people are ignorant to things. When he said obstruction and she said, "What is obstruction?" I'm like, at that point, I'm like, okay, so now I kind of know what. Unless she was just playing dumb, I don't know. I don't know.
She was playing dumb. And when she said, when he asked, what is his name or who is he, she say, that's my brother. That doesn't identify shit because I don't even know who the fuck you are. I need a name. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? So that mother know that was bullshit. She's being an asshole right now because her kids are in this situation, and she know 9 times out of 10 they are questioning her kids for a reason.
Mm.
Say, I know it may sound fucked up for me to say.
Yeah, yeah.
I come from the hood. I seen this. This is like a rerun right here.
Mm.
But
No,
we might have to do a part two
I'm
of
gonna
this
let my
one.
turn out this car.
Can we get her name and her date of birth so we can?
No, because y'all not about to lock my child up for some bullshit.
Right now, it's a
No.
misdemeanor. She's not going to jail. No, she keeps trying to break my window.
She gonna
then
fuck
we're looking
around
at
and go to
something
jail her
different.
damn
A
self.
misdemeanor for what? It's not obstruction. It's not obstruction
and
if I
disorderly
step in.
conduct.
But if I step in and I'm the parent and I'll be like, oh, this, and that, and I push my child out the way.
If you're physically touching an officer to get him out of the way, to stop him, yes.
So
it is
you mean to
obstruction.
tell me if you're this close and I step in and I do this,
First
push
off,
my
don't
child.
do that. Don't do that. I get you trying to explain, but don't do that.
Is that your name? Okay.
She trying to go to jail.
Close enough.
But when she does that, yes, it is obstruction. Especially since always.
Since when?
Whenever-
So do you know if the mother she didn't get did she ever get detained? I didn't watch this far.
I haven't got this far.
Okay.
We've been got to a point where I haven't seen. So
Okay.
I guess something happened at one of the stores over there in Garden City. She just got to school. I'm literally on the phone with her, talking to her. Whatever happened, she didn't have nothing to do with it. And she was walking down the street. Officers came up and she said, well, I don't know what's going on back there. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm going home. She stopped to pick me up. They grabbed her, picked her up, and body slammed her. And then turned around and put her back. She came, she was out here and the incident happened. And she was just standing there. They told her who she was like,
So it sounded like she was talking about another incident.
well, I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just standing here. Officer grabbed her again and pushed her up against the barbell. So she had bruises and stuff on her face. So at this point, she didn't trust anybody. With him, he literally standing in between my screen door and my door. And one of your officers took and did like this. And then she pulled a gun out and cocked it back at my child. And he's standing in his own damn doorway because he was standing like this.
Officers wouldn't cop her wrong.
She did because I said something to Stalker because I told Stalker to make her take off her shit because I want to whoop her ass. And she was just like, I'm sorry. I thought, don't think. He's in his doorway. If he's standing like this and he's in his doorway, what did you have to do that for?
Okay.
If you're too scared, then you don't need to be out here.
Well, like I said, I don't know the experiences before, but those ones, you said somebody came up to her. This one, she put herself in the situation. So, like I said, I don't know the situations. She inserted herself. She was yelling.
So I guess from that, how much? I mean, it adds another layer. If there's been, I will say this: if there's been other situations, to an extent, I guess it can add another layer when it comes to not trusting police.
I get it. I get what we have seen, what our kids have seen online when it comes to the blue and what they have done to us on several different encounters with police that will put you in the mind frame where you can't trust them. But I have also seen several encounters where law enforcement, the boys in blue, have showed respect and saved lives. It's just like you calling 911, send an ambulance to come save someone that potentially drowned, and they do CPR, and they don't get the job done, person die, are you not gonna call them the next time because you don't trust them? I know that's not maybe the equivalent that you're looking for, but
Right.
I get it. But if we keep using that same mentality as all cops are bad cops, we're never gonna fix the issue. Because not all cops are bad cops, man. We know that. Anybody
Yeah.
with a fucking brain in their head knows that. But people with a
Yeah.
brain in their head that refuse to accept that thing, which is not a saying, it's the truth, you're gonna be the one, or you are part of the problem. Let me just say that. You are part of the problem. Because everybody, we talk on grown folk talk about women issues, men issues, and what do we have to say? Not all men, not all women.
Not all. Yeah.
Why the fuck can we do that with cops?
Uh it's definitely a difference. It's crazy. A gender. We gotta preface things with a gender, but a occupational job can be just fuck them, fuck the police. In which we see men and women both say, "All you niggas is," all you, but that's the extreme case, you know. So I get what you're saying. Uh, misdemeanor, obstruction. If that's all that this came out to be, I'm not going to continue to play it. We at 30 minutes now, 31 minutes. I'm not going to continue to play it. I think we've seen the bulk of it, and yeah, I don't really know, but I do know one thing. I do know, uh, you can have you can be done wrong once, done wrong twice. I think she gave two different examples that the chick with the red hair, the sister, was done wrong, supposedly, allegedly by police, and you know, in her mind, in the sister's mind, in the mama's mind, it's like y'all did this, y'all did this, so this is why we like this, and it's not logical. Um, so, but them emotions is hard to conquer. I'll just say that we're dealing with women. That was mostly what I seen in this video was women, in which in these black communities, it's the women, the matriarchs. This is what is present. I just hate that it's like that. I hate that there was no male figure to even step in, an uncle, an older cousin, somebody in there, that could be the voice of reason type of thing.
I just want to say this before we get up out of here. It takes more than being able to insert your penis into a woman to be a father, or be a woman to receive this penis and receive the sperm to create this child. It takes a whole lot more than that. It takes a lot more than financially being there for a kid. It takes a lot more than time. Well, one thing I feel like we're missing in our culture as being parents is a fucking brain. We don't think about the consequences of our actions as parents, whether it's something we did in front of them or something that we taught them. If you love your kids, like a lot of people claim they do, in this world that we're living in today, in 2025, if you're not teaching your kids survival, sorry, this come from me, and this thought came from Boss Man Blake. You ain't shit. Stop fucking. Because you ain't ready to be a fucking parent. I said that.
And, you know, from a man's standpoint, the word parent, you ain't ready to be no man.
Absolutely.
That's the duty of a man. So I agree 100%. I agree 100%, man.
Yeah. I'm just tired of all the talking and the black power and empowerment, and you ain't doing your job as a fucking parent. Shut up. Be a real parent.
Damn.
Because these type of situations right here, she's showing love, if that's what you want to call it. I call it ignorant love. Because her kid could have lost their fucking life by the time she even got there with the way she taught them fucking kids how to handle a fucking car. Don't do no shit like that. You stupid. We see what happened to these kids, grown-ups and all, on these traffic stops. These goddamn calls to the home where you know what happens. Prepare your kids. Throw the pride away and think about survival. I'm done.
Hit the goddamn